Blame no one but yourself. Boa replies Dangote in an explosive letter. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Boa Industries has finally responded to several allegations leveled against its management in the 7-page editorial by Aliko Dangote. In a statement signed by its management sent to Mouthpiece NGR, Boa detailed several acts of sabotage by Dangote on their businesses and operations around the country. It reads, and I quote, Boa's response to Dangote: "It is with a profound sense of responsibility and a heavy heart that we address the claims and very cheap attempts at blackmail leveled against Boa by Aliko Dangote in the recent 17-page editorial following months of sponsored campaigns of calumny against us using third-party platforms. To put things in perspective, it is imperative to revisit history, a history not of rivalry but of resilience, not of enmity but of endurance. In August 1991, a young Boa was doing its commodities trading business just as Nigeria faced a scarcity of sugar. As sugar was scarce, Boa was lucky to be one of the few with any stock for sale, and we stood prepared to supply the nation's needs as best as our stock could. It was during this period Aliko Dangote approached us to purchase sugar. If only we knew he was setting the first of many traps in our business history. He gave us a Societe Generale Bank of Nigeria check, which bounced upon presentation to the bank. Unknown to us, this was a route that would lead to a court-sanctioned freeze of our assets orchestrated by Dangote. For 3 agonizing months, our accounts were garnished, warehouse shuttered, and our spirit tested. Yet, from the ashes of deceit, Boa survived. Fast forward a few years later, we decided that since we were making good progress in our various businesses, we should open a sugar refinery. We approached one Usman Dantata, now late, Aliko Dangote's uncle, and leased his NPA waterfront land, 4.5 acres, at the Tinkan Island Port Polo House. We took the land, signed an agreement with the consent of the PA, and paid all applicable dues. Dangote waited until our contractors and equipment had been mobilized to the site. Then he went to the former president, President Obasanjo, who had the land revoked entirely and gave the lease to Dangote. As a result, even his uncle lost the land. Boa was only given 24 hours to vacate the land. It took us over a year to get another land. How? Our survival as a business, especially our Lagos sugar refinery, is a legacy handed to us by a loving father who, seeing his son's distress, did what only the noblest and kindest of heart could do. With unwavering faith, our chairman's late father, may his soul rest in eternal peace, handed in the land on which our Lagos sugar refinery stands today. This land was the location of one of his thriving businesses with a warehouse which he shut down and handed to us without asking for compensation. He just saw the pain of our chairman Abdul Samad Rabiu, called them one day and handed him the papers to the land. His gesture was a beacon of hope in one of our darkest hours, and so Boa survived again another Dangote trap. Today, we're now the largest sugar refinery concern in West Africa. Our businesses continue to surge forward amid several other attempts, too many to mention now. In 2007, under President Yar'Addua's visionary mandate to broaden Nigeria's cement industry and break the monopoly in the sector, Boa was among the 6 companies selected and granted licenses. Our approach was unconventional but effective. We introduced a floating terminal, Boa Cement, which is a cement factory built into a large ship, as a stopgap while we were working on securing our land-based cement plant. What followed, however, was another act intended to drive us out of business. Our application to dock the floating terminal in Lagos met with resistance. We then decided to berth the ship at a terminal we owned in Port Harcourt. Despite this, we faced considerable pushback, and it took the decisive intervention of late President Yar'Adua, who directed that the Minister of Transport and the Chairman of PA honor our right to contribute to the nation's growth. But the hurdles did not end there. The drama intensified when Owo Brown, a deputy comptroller general, who was also an older brother to a Dangote staff, launched a sudden strike, attempting to deport our vessel's entire expatriate crew. It was a Friday that is forever seared into our memory. The shock of our expatriates rounded up, their confusion as they were shepherded onto a Dangote-funded one-way local flight from Port Harcourt to Lagos en route Asia via Emirates. Upon hearing of what happened, we reached out to Tanimu Yakubu, the then chief economic advisor, who acted with urgency that the situation demanded. His call to the CG of Immigration was a lifeline, and our expatriate team was brought back from the Emirates aircraft and not deported. The aftermath was swift action of the president, who ensured that such a misuse of power would not go unchecked. D.C. Brown, caught in the tangle of undue influence, admitted what he did to the minister, and it was later dismissed. Though all these tribulations, Boa resolve has only strengthened. This event narrates not just the trials of a company, but the resolve of its people, bound together by a shared vision and an unwavering belief in justice and fairness. We also know what transpired whilst we are building our Edo cement plant. Everyone knows the issues we faced. The plant we are operating in Edo would not have been operating and contributing immensely to the economy, if not for former President Buhari, who had to intervene by calling Governor Basaki that no staff must lose their jobs and the plant must not be shut down, no matter what happened. We cannot say more as the matter is currently sub judice and is at the Supreme Court. During that time, Edwin Devakumar and Sunday Essen, two long-time and current staff of Dangote, were caught in leaked emails whose content were not limited to sending thugs to foment trouble, close our factory, as well as pushing bad press against us. Same thing happened again with our Port Harcourt sugar refinery, the only sugar refinery in Nigeria that is outside Lagos. Dangote utilized every means possible to ensure the refinery did not take off, and we raised the alarm. At some point, the terminal was taken away from us and was to have been given to someone else, a behest of Dangote. There had to be a presidential intervention again for MPA to do the right thing, yet we survived. For over 32 years, we have been cast as the antagonists in a narrative woven with malice. We have not just survived, we have thrived, expanding our operations and contributing to Nigeria's economy without resorting to subterfuge. To Mr. Dangote and the Dangote Group, we say, let us build and not belittle. Let us cultivate and not conquer. While we may share the marketplace, we need not share malice. We have nothing to do with your self-inflicted issues. Blame no one but yourself. Omo, na play na day. Na play then day. If this is really true, this is bad. This is really, really bad. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.